Welcome back to Boom Beach. It is the 21st of January and today is Scorcher Mania. So instead of using warriors, we are going to be using our Scorchers. But I also have two landing craft worth of medics. My medics are very low leveled, but my Scorchers are actually maxed out. And to be quite honest with you, I'm very new to using Scorchers. I've got them upgraded because I've wanted to use them for the Mega Crab. This is ages ago now. But I've got them upgraded to level 9 and my medics are at level 4. So still leaves a lot to be desired there. Let's go ahead and get this chest of diamonds and have a closer look at the first 7 attacks. Well, there's only 7 attacks after all. Thankfully we won them all as well. So of course we'll go view them all. I did not have anything boosted for these first 6 stages. Over here, all I really wanted to do was just test out how Scorchers really work. And I mean, of course I've used them before, but nothing like for using them on Dr. T. Now, one of the weird things is that, as you can see, the Scorcher actually didn't just target the headquarters, it actually moved and target onto one of those supply crates, which definitely was something different for me. I was not expecting that. So the AI for these Scorchers is definitely very, very different to what I'm used to. And of course, only real thing that you need to worry about are the boom cannons. Thankfully though, this is a very, very low level stage, so even if a boom cannon goes off, you can't even tell the amount of damage it does. So that's all very nice and well, and headquarters falls down very, very quickly yet again. Stage 3, I start dropping all of my medics as well. Now this was a little bit tougher, I think, because we do have quite a few cannons about. That's all we really had to worry about. Now what I don't really use enough is my flares for the Scorchers. That's something that I noticed. I let them do their thing because, well, they're just so powerful. They're ridiculously powerful in comparison to everything else in the game. They just plow through everything. It definitely becomes quite easy. They'll definitely be a force to be reckoned with if you know what you're doing. So we get quite a few goodies as well, but that's a bit later on, especially on stage 7 we get nice stuff. Here we get a bit of intel, which I actually did join a task force. It's an Australian task force, not a Reddit one, but... So over here, I go for the 2 cannons, and I start clearing out the mines over here on the left. Even though they probably don't do too much damage, but I decided to also clear out these supplies here, where the mines were as well. So I decided to go ahead and drop my tanks on the Scorchers on the left hand side of the map, because that seemed like it was much easier. There are of course 2 level 12 cannons on the right hand side, so I did not want to lose any of my warriors through some silly mistakes. There is, oh, not warriors, Scorchers. This one especially, in between the flamethrower and the sniper tower, just keeps on moving out and about, which is very strange. Definitely not something that I'm used to, but as long as you've got 4 on the headquarters, they're able to clear it out very, very easily. No problems at all. Alright, so that was what, stage 4? Now we're on to stage 5. This is when it starts getting a little bit more difficult, but a little bit more cramped up, of course. A lot of people think that the tropical terrors are much harder for tanks and Scorchers and all that, because everything's just so clumped up together. Whereas on the volcano islands, you have a little bit more space, so the tanks especially, they have a bit more of a range to clear things out. So another thing that I absolutely hate are the shock launchers. So I do want to try clear out as much of them as I can and get rid of the boom cannons. You can barely see what's happening through all the flames, but believe me, they are scorching absolutely everything in their path. I'm actually pretty surprised at how quickly some of them are losing their health though, especially this poor guy. The medics don't do too much though, because they're just taking so much damage. Now I do decide to drop some critters just to distract, because I don't want to be losing too many of my... Well, I don't want to be losing any of my Scorchers at this early stage of the event. But as soon as we pretty much clear out the whole map on this stage, and then we go for the headquarters, and we did not lose a single Scorcher there as well, so definitely made it quite easy for us. Alright, so stage 6 is a little bit worse. We lose half of our Scorchers. I think we only have 2 medics left over. So all I do is decide to drop my Scorchers right on the beachfront. And I try to see what they end up doing. They do a pretty decent job. Just that shock launcher over here on the right is mighty annoying. Very, very annoying. What I should have done is fled a little bit to the left quite earlier. Throw down some critters to hopefully distract that shock launcher, which unfortunately doesn't really work its charm. And I'm losing quite a few Scorchers up top here. Mainly because there's about 4 cannons within range. Oh, that was interesting. Did it say replay failed? Let's go back. Speed things up to 4 times. That was a bit interesting. Yeah, this is pretty much where we... Oh, replay failed. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a shame. But I'd pretty much just clear out the rest of the map with these 4 or the 3 Scorchers left over. But here we go on stage 7. Now this one is very, very painful to watch, no doubt, for you guys that know how to use Scorchers properly. I'm surprised that replay failed though, but what can I do? So over here, there's 2 shock launchers. They're pretty low leveled, but they're very close to the headquarters, but they can still reach the beachfront. So I decided to throw some critters right off the start. Thankfully our Scorchers actually do split off, so these shock launchers are only really attacking 1 Scorcher. Do decide to throw down an artillery or barrage as well to try to clear out as much of the stuff that I can here, and some critters to distract. They do a pretty decent job of it. I've pretty much lost all of my medics at this point. There's very, very few of them. I can only see 1. So I decided to come up on the left-hand side of the map. And I reflare him. This is when I was starting to get really, really nervous. Try to throw down a hill. And we got 1 medic who does get picked off after that rocket launcher. So I throw down a hill. And that seems to have worked pretty well. I'm pretty sure I flare back. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that is very interesting. I didn't know that Boom Beach had problems with replays, because that's obviously not what happened. What ended up happening... This must be like a problem with the replay, like the servers or something. Very interesting. Because obviously it says I won that stage. So let's see what happens here. So what ended up happening is I had 1 Scorcher left over, and I flare him on the very left hand side, pretty much where that mine is, and he just kept on attacking the headquarters for a good minute or so. And it was very, very close. It was very clutchy the way I won. But, that's interesting. It says I failed, but obviously I won. So I'm not quite sure what is going on with that, which is a damn shame, because I was actually enjoying playing these videos over not live. But anyways, I'm at a loss for words, clearly. So I guess until next time though, guys, I will see you later, and hopefully you've enjoyed this quicker little episode of me using Scorchers. It's very interesting the way they, yeah, the way it's all worked out. But clearly I've beaten the stage. But until next time though, guys, I'll see you later, and hopefully you don't mind this little bit of a problem that we